Good evening to everybody. Thanks to the principal, organizers, and nice meeting all the students, youngsters. So my name is Surya Prasad. Like sir introduced, I was a software consultant. I lived in US for 16 years. I quit my job and then came back to India in 2012. And since then, I have been working in non-profit sector. I founded an organization called Padava Charitable Trust, and we work in the field of education, in school and college education. We try to make some difference in the current education system. So this is a program called Student Empowerment Training Program, which you have been conducting for last 8-9 years in several government schools and colleges, engineering colleges, including the medical colleges also. So here what we talk about is basically what are the life skills, motivation, leadership. So this is kind of, there are a lot of gaps in the current education system. So we're just trying to fill the gaps. So I'll just go slide by slide, and I will probably stop around 4:40 or so, 4:40, 4:45, and then we can have some Q&A session. This program is usually we conduct for 2 to 3 years. But because we don't have a lot of time, so I'll probably have to rush through the slides, and then it's just a very overview of the program, that what we do, and you're always most welcome to contact me anytime. And if time permits, then if I get an opportunity, then we can interact once again later on. So that's pretty quick introduction. Let me go through the slides one by one. Everyone understands Telugu, or you want me to continue in English, or any non-Telugu speaking friends here? Sir, can you confirm me? Can I go in Telugu, or you want me to speak in
English would be better, sir.
Okay, so there are some non-speaking Telugu.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So this is a set program, and we do have how we start is we start with the. I think I'm getting some pop-ups here. I think people are still entering. Okay. So there are some people entering. So you're taking care of admitting them, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm taking care of it, sir. No problem.
Okay.
You can continue.
Okay, because I'm getting the notifications.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm taking care of it.
Right. So I'll just quickly go through. I might skip a couple of slides. So that's about me again. I did my master's from IIT Kharagpur. I was in US for 16 years. I hail from a very rural part of East Goa district, which is Eleshwaram village. And my father was a small-time tailor. I think I'm pretty sure most of you have read my story, how I came back, and then whom all helped me out. So I'm just trying to work for my passion. I try to remember my past, and then trying to give it back to society. So nothing great, nothing godly here. So it's just a very fundamental responsibility that we take so much from society, from our schools, from our teachers, from our friends. So we have to give it back to them. So that's a very fundamental responsibility of every citizen of our country. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to use my knowledge, my experience, my understanding to help the next generation. I love to interact with people like you, younger generation, and I try to speak about my own story, a lot of my experiences in school, college, and then I try to motivate them. I try to let them know what exactly life means, because end of the day, we all want to be happy, successful, and responsible. Happiness is different from success, and success is different from responsibility. So we all need everything. So in fact, the success in life should include the happiness and responsibility. That's what I believe in. So I try to speak as much as youth as possible, and try to speak to them in person, and then share my own stories, and let them understand what exactly life means, and how can anyone lead a happy, successful, and responsible life. So that's what I do. And again, I'm the founder and CEO of an organization called Padala Charitable Trust, and you can always go to the website. It's called padalacharitabletrust.org. You can Google it, and there you can see all our programs there. So these are some of the programs I would like to take 5 minutes to go through. Scholarships program is what we do. We offer scholarships to the poor and merit students. For example, someone does exceptionally well in academics, but they need some help financially. So we fund their scholarships. We fund their education. So intermediate, diploma, polytechnic, triple IT, engineering, medicine, whatever you need, we just help you to go to college. All we need is academic excellence and then your passion for higher education. And so far we have issued 812 scholarships, and we spent around 36 to 38 lakhs. And in fact, a lot of this money usually comes from our alumni, because since 2012 we have been issuing scholarships, and a lot of our alumni are well settled in jobs, and most of them are in IT industry, and some of them are teachers, some of them are bank officers, and 3 engineers we have in ISRO. So they are well settled, and the beauty is they never forgot their past, just like me. So they try to pay it forward every year. So they send us their paychecks every year, asking us to use that money to the scholarship program. So basically the scholars have become sponsors now. So that's how we run the scholarship program. And second program is CET program. CET program is basically what exactly we are talking about now, student empowerment training program. We teach life skills for high school and college students. And the other program is Swecha program. Swecha is basically, it is about a menstrual hygiene awareness program. It is especially for adolescent girls. So we have a team of 7 girls in our organization. So what we do is we go to schools, high schools, colleges, hostels, Kasturba hostels. We try to spread the awareness about the menstrual hygiene in the girls, because even now, even 2020, the most unfortunate thing is it is still talked as taboo. Nobody wants to talk about it. It is such a natural process. It's a pure science. It happens to my mother, it happens to my sister, my wife, my daughter, but I don't want to talk about it. So we are way behind in that. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to reach out to all the parental community, schools, hostels. We try to break the silence. We let the girls speak about it, so freely. We have very interactive model. We have a complete module on the Swecha program, and we take sessions, and we motivate them to talk about it. So you can go through the website for more details, but that is one program where we focus on adolescent girls completely. So we just want to break the silence. And that program is Sadhguru. Sadhguru is basically a best teacher award. What we do is there are a lot of good teachers in government schools. So we try to identify the best teachers in government schools, and we honor them. Honoring in the sense, we just give a pat on the back, because in the current education system, there are not enough motivated teachers, because teacher is basically the backbone of the system. But today in the current system, the teachers, they don't have enough passion to motivate a student. So we try to identify all the ideal teachers who are really committed and work with the students. We honor them, we prize them, we give an award called Best Teacher Award, and that is called a Sadhguru Puraskar. So we are doing this right now. And Setu, once again, this is basically, Setu is what it means is a career guidance program. And what we do is basically after 10th class, what are the options available? Because again, this is one big hole in the system. Nobody knows beyond 10th class. A lot of people think that engineering and medicine is the only world. MPC, BPC is the only world. But no, that is not true. We all know that. So there are like 70, 80 careers available, and we tell the students to pick up their career depending on their interest and talent. Don't go by your friend, don't go by your mother, don't go by your teacher. Try to identify your own strength, your own talent, and your own interest, and pick up a career. So we interact with 8th, 9th, 10th class students, and we let them know about all these wonderful careers available. And that's the program called Setu, and that's basically a career guidance program for high school students. And the last program what we have is Varadhi. Varadhi is again say a bridge, And in this program, we adopt single parent, no parent children from government high schools, and we take care of complete assistance for them. We provide them all the books, clothes means daily wear, not the uniform. Uniform, the government is giving uniform anyway, but we provide the daily wear at home. We provide all the school bag, stationery, chappals, most important, the medical support, including the surgeries. So A to Z except shelter. Okay, so we don't provide shelter, but except shelter, everyone is adopted by us. So we have around 700 students on this project Varathi with us. So again, we adopt at the age of 7th class, and we keep them until 10th class. So again, the motto is basically just to take care of all these orphans and semi-orphan, because they're all single parent, no parent children, and they get dropped out of the school any point of time because they have no guidance care at home. So they don't understand the value of education. So we adopt them, we counsel them, we sit with them, we try to talk to them and tell them that education is the only weapon that can change your life. So we motivate them, and we provide every support that is required so that they can at least complete the 10th standard. And even after 10th class, if they want to really go for higher education, we tell them we offer scholarships as part of our scholarship program. So this is pretty much the overall activities that we have at Padala Charitable Trust. And again, you can go to a website called Padala Charitable Trust, or pct-india.org, and you can find a lot more videos and all that. So this is pretty much, if you see what is happening here, we are trying to fill a gap in the education system right now. So what to the best we can. Because that's kind of things that what NGOs do usually. And where do you get the funding? We have a lot of like-minded people around, in India and around. So because I have a lot of my friends in India and abroad, so they understand what we are trying to do, so they help us with the funding support. So because we quit our jobs and we don't work for full time, so but we get donations from our like-minded people, friends, and some organizations like Reliance Foundation and some CSR funding, all that. So we try to bridge up. There are a lot of wonderful people around, and there is a lot of ground level need is there. So all we're trying to do is trying to fill the bridge, fill the gap in between. Okay, so this is our website. Again, you can go through. It's the pct-india.org or padalacharitabltrust.org. There are a couple of different projects I just talked about. So I'm just trying to skip some of the slides here. Okay, this is one thing that I always ask students. There is something called literacy in education. Telugu we say Aksharasata and Vidya. So what is the difference between these two? They are completely used interchangeably. A lot of when I go to class and when I go to any school or college, the first thing I ask them, are you guys educated? Then everyone says, yeah, we are educated. We are getting a lot of education. We are all educated people. So I tell them that at least 50% of you are not educated. You are only literate. Meeru kevalam aksharasyulu maatrame vidyavanthulu kaadu. So what's the difference? What does it mean by being literate? What does it mean being education? Education is not literacy. For example, I'll quote a small incident. It's a real incident. One day, Mahatma Gandhi went to a big high school, and he was holding a staff meeting, and everyone was there. Staff people. The teachers were there, headmaster were there. So the teachers were getting introduced. Sir, I'm English teacher, I'm Telugu teacher, I'm mathematics teacher, I am social science, etc. So at the very end, Gandhiji called the headmaster, the principal, and asked, okay, you have teacher for science, teacher for English, teacher for Telugu, teacher for mathematics, but I don't see one person. One person is missing. Where is the teacher for education? Okay. Chadu cheppe master ekkada. That's what he asked. So what that means is what we are talking about education. All these Telugu, English, math, science, social, engineering, these are all part of our literacy. This is not education. So today in schools and colleges, what is happening is we are providing the children, the next generation, the literacy. We are not providing the education. Education is something that can let you explore yourself, that can enhance your knowledge, enhance your personality, and make you a complete person. But today, see what is happening. At the end of spending college education, when you become like 20 years old, even then you have no clue about how to live your life. Maybe about your values, or maybe your priorities, maybe your life skills. A lot of people don't know how to live their life, because they think that they got enough degrees, engineers, doctors, but if something happens in their life, there is one small problem, they cannot handle it. They get so frustrated, they get so confused, they don't know what comes first, what comes last. So that's what we mean by literacy in education. So if the children come to know at the school level that they are not provided education, they're only getting literate. So what that means is they will get a chance to explore better. So that's exactly what we try to tell them in the school level. We tell them you are not getting education, you are getting literate. So literacy is only the means, one of the means of getting education. That's not everything. So that's what we tell them. Literacy, just say you can read things, you can memorize it, you can by heart, you can do all the rote learning, you can reproduce in the examinations, you get marks, you get passed. But that is not education. To make sure they understand the difference between these two things. And I'll quote one simple example. So when you go to a small college, the convent kid, you ask him what is spelling of apple, then he'll say, wow, apple, apple. And yes, correct, 10 out of 10, 100%. But when you try to show that kid a green color apple, what will he say? He will say, oh, I don't know what this is, I have never seen this is not apple. See, that's what exactly the difference between education and literacy. Literacy is all you can do is you can read, you can memorize, and then you can reproduce the things. Education is not that. Education is let you explore the things. Okay, so that's why at that angle, at the school level, you have to make sure that the people are aware of, because that's exactly, there's a lot of wrong conditioning happening in our system right now, because the generation is getting so misguided, that is getting so misled with the wrong terminology, wrong understanding. They have no clue about the meaning of success, happiness. So there are things which we try to understand them, and then what we tell them is basically we tell them, you try to unlearn what you learned, because you have learned so many things in a wrong way, wrong perspective, wrong conditioning because of our system. So first you have to unlearn what you learned, and then learn the right way. That's how we tell them. This is one of the things, and I'll just introduce a couple of terms here. One term which we talk about every time is knowledge, skill. And just ask this question to any school student, or in fact, some of the college students. They will have hard time in explaining the terms. What is knowledge? What is skill? What is the difference between these two? Which is more important, knowledge or skill? What do you get in the classroom? Knowledge or skill? You get all your English, engineering, thermodynamics, all the heat transfer, structures, all these computer science, data structures, all these C++, Java. Is that knowledge or skill? Okay, so in classroom, what we all achieve is knowledge. We don't acquire skill in the classroom, because that is not possible. Skill is something that you apply your knowledge in your daily life. Okay, so I'll give you a small example. I'll give a short story. There is one gentleman, he went to a market, and sir, I just want to make sure my audio is audible, and
Yes,
no disturbance from my side.
yes, sir, it is audible.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. So one person, he went to the market and he wanted to buy some vegetables, and he was buying vegetables. And there was one small bird, a small parrot. Uh, it was speaking all kinds of language, beautiful languages. Then this guy thought he should buy the bird, buy the parrot, because he thinks that the parrot can learn the language to his family members. Then he bargained with the shopkeeper, and then he paid almost like 2,000 rupees. He paid it, and then he brought that parrot back to home. And then he kept all the vegetables and all the parrot in the balcony. And then he went out to pick up one of his phones, and then he finished his phone call. He came back after 1 hour, and then all of a sudden he couldn't find anything in the balcony. Not vegetables, not the bird. And meanwhile, from the kitchen, the lady, his wife, was screaming, what is happening? Where did you buy this parrot? Then this gentleman asked, why are you shouting, and what happened to the parrot? What did you do? This is not good. This is, it is not cutting properly. This is not a good thing. I try to do this thing. I try to cut it, and then it is not cutting fine. And you brought a bad, wrong parrot. It is not good. Like, what I'm saying. Then this guy was like, suddenly got fainted. What the hell you did? I brought that. This is such a beautiful, such a skilled parrot. I wanted the parrot. It can speak 6 languages, and I brought it not for cooking, not for eating, but I wanted the parrot to learn some languages. Then what did you do? Why did you do that? Such a stupid. And the wife said, "No, I'm not stupid. Your parrot is stupid." Why? Because how do I know that it knows 6 languages? If you really know 6 languages, it has, then I understand that it has a knowledge of 6 languages. But when I try to catch her, when I try to do whatever I was trying to do, what should it say? It should at least speak in one language, saying that, "Arima, I am not here for eating. Your husband bought it for for something nice, because I'm here to teach you languages." So that's what it should be speaking, right? So why couldn't it speak it properly? So I'm not stupid. Your parrot is stupid. So the crux of the story here is the parrot was so knowledgeable with 6 languages, but what was it lacking? The skill, naipunyam, the skill. How can it apply the knowledge in the daily life? This is exactly what we are missing now. We have so much knowledge. We have 10 out of 10 marks, grades, ranks, semester first, all the toppers, college toppers. But the problem is we don't know how to apply that knowledge in our daily life to make our lives more beautiful. To apply that knowledge to solve a problem in our daily life. So that's exactly what it means as skill. Skill is more important than knowledge. And the skill is not acquired in a classroom. You have to practice your knowledge. Public speaking, your problem solving, creative thinking, you just have to explore more, speaking in front of 100 people. You have to speak about it. That is something you need. Nobody knows how knowledgeable you are inside. You have to express yourself. You have to speak out. So those skills are more important than your knowledge. This is one of the reasons why a lot of our South Indian students fail in employability, in our job market, because they cannot express, they cannot speak out whatever they have in their mind. Okay, so skill is more important than knowledge. It's basically application of your knowledge. And there is something else which is more important than skill and knowledge. No matter how knowledgeable, how skillful you are, if you don't have a right attitude, you are gone. You cannot live your life. We have seen people. Okay, what does it mean by attitude? It's a positive attitude, it's a negative attitude. People have some positive attitude and some have a negative attitude. What exactly means attitude? And we all say that attitude is everything. So what does it mean by attitude? Attitude is something how the way you think about it. No matter whom you are surrounded with, no matter what you have it, no matter what you don't have it, how knowledgeable, how skillful, Whether you are a student, you are a teacher, you are a faculty, you are a principal, you are a chief minister, you are IAS, IPS, you are a mother, father, whoever you are, wherever you are, the way you think about the current situation is your attitude. And you always have to be positive about it. Let me share a very small story again. There is one slum area. Slum area is basically where all these poor people around live around. There is one rich man who drove there, and he put a very big, a big car, a high branded, say Mercedes-Benz car. He parked there, and he went out for something. There is one small kid. He was just playing around, and he looked at the car, and then he liked it so much that he kept everything aside, and then he was sitting beside the car, and he was just watching the car. He was not even touching the car, but he was simply watching the car. And then this owner came in, and he said, "Boy, what are you doing? What are you doing here?" The boy said, "No, sir, I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching your car. It is so beautiful. It looks very nice." And this guy got curious. The owner said, "Okay, do you like the car? Do you want to get inside?" The boy said, "Yes, sir. I want to get inside." "Okay, get in." So he let the boy inside, and there was a very nice AC breeze. Nice cold air is coming out, nice leather foam seats, and this boy is very thrilled sitting inside. So this owner, he also got inside, and he started driving the car, and they're just making a couple of rounds in the village. And this guy is feeling very, very happy and proud. And he asked the owner, "Sir, how much this cost?" And this guy said, "It costs 40 lakhs. 40 lakhs? My God, how many zeros are there in the 40 lakhs? I don't even know how many number of zeros it has. But you must be a very, very rich person. And where did you buy this?" He said, "No, I didn't buy this car." "You didn't buy this car? Then how did you get it?" Last month was my birthday, and my elder brother, he happened to present this to me as a birthday gift. Wow, you got a birthday gift from your brother, which is worth of 40 lakhs. You are so nice of him, and you are such a lucky person. And then the owner said, "Okay, I think I know what you are thinking. You must be thinking that, you also should have a brother like my brother, so that you can get a car one day. Am I right?" But the boy said, No, sir. I don't think you get me. What I'm trying to say is, what I'm thinking at this point of time is, what if I have an younger brother, and one day I can present him a 40 lakhs worth of car for his birthday? See? So what is happening here? There are two things that you need to understand in this attitude of this little boy. First of all, he thinks that, "Sir, I have nothing. I have nothing in my pocket. I am such a poor person. I'm a poor boy. I have nothing in my pocket. But what I have is the confidence. I can win my life. I can reach a position. I can work hard. I have a kind of confidence. I can work hard. I can earn money, and I can buy this 40 lakhs worth of car. I can give it to my brother as a birthday gift one day, and I know I am there. I can be there." So this is the kind, and that is how I'll be happier. I don't want to use that car anymore. I want to give it to my brother. So this is the kind of the attitude that everyone should possess. Have a high aim in your life, and wherever you are, whatever you do, try to make a difference in someone's life. So you work hard, you do whatever you want to do, but be always positive. Don't worry about all this number game, your marks, grades cannot get you anything. That can get you only to some point, but your attitude is what makes your life meaningful. So that's why what I tell people is basically your attitude comes first, then skill, then knowledge. ASK, attitude, skill, knowledge. And this is the formula we always teach the children is ask. ASK, ask. Ask yourself. Every day ask yourself, what is my attitude today? Is it good or bad? Is it positive or negative? What are my skills? Am I acquiring enough skills to be employable, to lead a happy life? Do I have some life skills, problem solving, decision making? Am I creative enough to lead a happy life? And then the last is knowledge. How many marks I'm getting? What kind of knowledge I have? What kind of certificates I'm processing? So this is the right order you should get used to it. Attitude, skill, knowledge. ASK, ask every single day. So I'm giving examples of two people here. One is our lovely person, APJ Abdul Kalam, and second person, if you recognize, is the world notorious criminal terrorist Bin Laden. And if you compare these two people, Bin Laden is equal knowledgeable. He's a one of the civil architect. He is not a small person. He's a very knowledgeable person. Both have skills. They know how to apply their knowledge. But when it comes to attitude, what happened to Kalam's attitude? He always thinks that his knowledge and skill should be useful to people, society, country. So that's what he was thinking. But what was the attitude of this person? He always thinks that the violence can make the world this thing. At the end of it, what happened? One became zero, one became hero, right? So that's why it doesn't matter how knowledgeable you are, how skillful you are. If you don't have the right attitude, if you don't have a positive attitude, you cannot be a happy person in your life, and nobody will like you, nobody will follow you, will not become a leader in your life. So always ask yourself attitude, skill, and knowledge. And this is one formula we always talk about it. I think you must have heard it put. All our thoughts will become actions. Whatever we think in our mind, we do it. If I want to do something, if I want to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, I do it, right? And when I keep doing my things, that become my habit. Because according to psychology, if you do one thing for 40 continuous days, that will become your habit. And all your habits will make your character, your personality. And then your personality makes your destiny. So end of the day, what you basically is your thought process should be pure. Your thought process should be positive, and that will make you the right destiny. And this is one thing I want to touch upon because I also want to share my own experience in this one. So this is called employability skills. We all talk about it. Everybody has to employable. We have all CRT classes in every college. In the last semester, especially engineering college, we do a lot of training. But this is not something that you focus only in the last semester. This is something that you should start working starting from the first semester. In fact, from the school days. Once again, employability. I'll give one example. Suppose we have campus interview and people from say TCS came in, and then you went there in the room, and then you have all these wonderful certificates. You tell them, sir, 10th class, 10 by 10, intermediate, college first. See, engineering, all college toppers. This is a gold medal I got. So get me a job in your company. Then what will they say? They will simply say, okay, just listen to us, be patient, give us 2 minutes. Then what they will say is simply the same marks, grades, certificates, all these paperwork, we got the exact same thing from 10 people before you. And you know what? We get more or less the same certificates, same grades from other people also, like who are behind you, 10 behind you. So why should I hire you? You try to take 5 minutes of your time. You talk to us and tell us why should we hire you? Simple. Then that's where we get stuck. That's where we should stuck, and that's where we should open up. So what basically they're saying is they're saying, I don't need your marks, I don't need your grades, I don't need your family background. I don't even want to know where you studied your degree or MTech or BTech or whatever. I don't care. You just tell me why I should hire you. So this is the first question you should prepare for. So what they're expecting you to speak about is your skills, not about your knowledge, not about your scoring, not about your college background, your family background. So they just want to know about how skilled you are. if you get into their company, what kind of things you can add your value to. So that is where your employability skills will come into picture. So you can say you have your public speaking skill. You can say, in the school days or college days, you led one of the events. You can talk about how your leadership skills help you. How you are a leader and what prompted your leader. And you can tell them that something happens in your family or friends. You are there to solve the problem. You are a problem solver. You don't get worried. You don't get frustrated by problems. You make decisions so well, and give some examples. And you just make sure you tell them you will be a big asset to the company, and you tell them that you can add a lot of value to the company, and you give them examples. So unless you sell yourself with respect to your skills, they are not going to get convinced, because they don't want to look at your certificates, marks, ranks, grades. They just want you to speak about yourself. You have to market yourself, and that's exactly what means by employability skills. And once again, everybody cannot be employed, right? We need some entrepreneurs too, because there are a lot of entrepreneurs. Because when I go to college, everybody thinks that, oh, I want to get a campus recruitment. Why you are looking for a job? Why can't you create jobs? Because a lot of people, you do have some ideas, and there are a lot of people who can invest in you, because there are a lot of startups, they can invest in your idea. All they need is your idea. You come up with an idea, you put a project proposal, and there are a lot of people who want to invest in your idea. So don't always think about grabbing a job, getting a company, working for somebody, and then expecting a package like 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs. Try to see if you have enough creativity, if you have any ideas that you can sell and you can promote yourself, right? So don't always think about a job. Think about how you can become an entrepreneur, how you can start your own enterprise, become a job creator, not a job seeker. Okay, so think in that lines sometimes. So again, I'm just shorting everything very quick, because we don't have a lot of time. So at any point of time, at any topic, I'll be more than happy to explain a lot more with a lot of examples I have. And one example I want to share here. When I was doing my IIT Kharagpur MTech in 1996 January, these TCS people came in. I remember this. They were doing all the campus interviews, and I was one of the guys shortlisted for the written test. And then I think 30 people they shortlisted, and they called us for one-on-one interview. And then I was called into the room, and there were like 5 to 6 people. They were asking all kinds of questions. I asked everything. And then at the end, they asked, Surya Prasad, do you have any questions? And I said, yes, sir, I have one question. What is it? I said, sir, the written test question paper that you gave it to us, do you know that it was leaked out 1 hour before exam? Do you know that? Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I told them was, the question paper that we were given for the aptitude test, the question paper was leaked out 1 hour before the exam. And we all knew that. So I was questioning them that, do they know that? And then suddenly they were like little shocked, and they said, yes, Surya Prasad, we know that. Then I asked them, then why can't you reconduct test? So they said, no, we don't have a lot of time, and we can't reconduct the test, because we have to hurry up to the Bangalore campus, and we are extremely sorry for what happened, but we can't reconduct it. Then I told them, that is not fair, sir. You are coming from a multinational company, and you are here in a campus called IIT Kharagpur, and I am telling you, this is not the best way to recruit people. And they told me, yes, Surya, we understand what you're saying, but once again, we are sorry for what happened, and thanks for everything, and you can go now. So just guess what happened that day. Do you think I was shortlisted for the job, or do you think I was rejected for the job? So I was actually the topper on the list by the evening. Why is that? Because I scolded them. I told them that this is not you don't even know how to recruit people. But what happened there? they liked one of the characteristics of me. What is that? Honesty. Without honesty in a company, it's very dangerous, because they know that they are so experienced people, and they know that I'm so honest, and they know that the employees are honest, the company will be good enough. So the point I'm trying to make here is your honesty and sincerity is one of your strengths. So do what your heart says. Even then, for example, if those people did not offer me a job, for example, they took my comments personal and they said, no, I don't want this guy. This guy is very rude. So if they did that, then what would I think? I think they would have lost an honest person like me, right? So that is the right attitude. So these are the things, which you never come across any of your textbooks or, any of your guides, anything. So this is how life runs on. You have to have some specific characteristics, your honesty, sincerity, your life skills. That is what drives your life, students. So whatever you do, whatever you are, just be honest, no matter what happens. And then you will get all recognition you want, no matter what. Okay. So I think we are nearing to 4:50. So this is one of the topics that I always think about, life skills. There is a World Health Organization, WHO and UNICEF. What they suggest is they always they do a lot of promotion all over the world. They tell people that there are like 10 core life skills people want to be aware of it. So they tell the governments that the school level, every child should be aware of all these skills. There are like critical thinking, creative thinking, decision making, problem solving, communication, interpersonal relationships, self-awareness. Self-awareness is basically knowing yourself, your SWOT analysis, what are your strengths, weaknesses, your opportunities and threats. And then your empathy. Empathy is different from sympathy. You don't want to be sympathetic to people. Sympathy is not enough. Sympathy is basically, sanubuti. We don't need sanubuti. You don't need sympathy. You got to be empathy. Empathy is different from sympathy. Because in sympathy, what you do is you hear people, screaming about it, and you show some thing, and you don't do anything. You just feel bad about it, and then that's it. You go away. You don't do anything. But in empathy, what happens is you feel the pain and then you do something about it. You help the people. So that is one of the life skills. And then how do you cope with the stress? And then how do you balance your emotions? So these are very core life skills that, the students, especially the school children, college children, should be aware of it, because these are the skills that will drive your life. No matter whether you're a student, a teacher, or a doctor, CM or PM, or whether you are a 16-year-old or 70-year-old, the life skills drive your life. So this is what we focus on most of the time, and every life skill we have a module. We talk about the short stories, and we show them a lot of very small video clips. And just like the stories I shared with you, we share a lot of stories, so that the children understand the importance of it. And we have a lot of activities also. So the set program is basically, this is what we do. We talk about all the knowledge, skills, attitude, and every skill here. We try to enlighten the students with that examples. So let me end with I think this thing. So we all know that time is very valuable, right? Everybody says that with childhood, yeah, time is so valuable, we don't have to waste it. But let me quote one thing here. If you remember, it might change the way you think about your life. It might change your perspective. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. So what does it mean? That means, suppose a meeting starts at 10 o'clock. And if you go there by 9:45 or at least 9:55, that is early, that means you are on time. Okay. And if you go on time, if you go right at 10 o'clock, that means you are late. You are not on time. And if you go after 10 o'clock, that late is completely unacceptable. This is what happens most of the time, because when you tell one of our friends that, okay, I'll come and meet you at 5 o'clock in the evening. And what time you start at home? You slowly start at 5 or 5:30, and you don't even feel guilty that somebody is waiting there for you and you don't have any right to eat other person's time. So time management, valuing time is something that it has to be part of your character. So respect your time and respect everybody's time. For example, you need to catch a train at 6 o'clock in the evening. And what time do you go? Do you go to the railway station? 5:30 or 5:45, at least 5:50, right? If you go, that means you're on time. If you go early, you're on time. If you go right at 6 o'clock, what happens? The train leaves the platform. That means you are late. So on time is late. And if you go after 6 o'clock, what happens? You don't even see your train. That is completely unacceptable. So if you try to apply this principle throughout your life, whether it's a class or a meeting or any session or anything that you follow, be time sensitive, because this is one of the things all over the world. Indians are not punctual. There's something called, oh, I know about this Indian punctuality. It is so messed up all over the world. So you guys have to change the meaning. The next generation have to change the perspective. Respect your time, respect others' time also. Okay, I think I am 4:40 the time I'm given. So, like I said, I have a lot of other slides that I want to share with the people, but probably some other time. So any questions? I am open, because I think you have another session at 5 o'clock. So I wish you all the best with that. So any questions? I'm more than happy to take it. And I'm keeping a slide with my information. Once again, my name is Surya Prasad. I'm the founder and CEO of an organization called Pada Charitable Trust. And you have my mobile number, my email ID, and the organization. You can always Google, you can Facebook our organization also. So thanks again for the opportunity, Principal Sir and Kiran Sir. And thank you all students for your time. Thanks for listening, and I'm open for any questions. Thank you.
If you want to ask any questions, you please raise your hand so that I can unmute you. Anyone who has any questions, please raise your hand so that I can unmute you and you can talk with Prasad sir. Yes.
You can always email me. You can always text me. I'll be more than happy, because you are the ones I want to talk to all the time, because you are the future of our country. So right now you are part of society, but tomorrow you are the society, because we need you to be empowered enough. We want you to be happy, successful, and responsible citizens. So okay, feel free to contact me any point of time. Okay, yeah. Somebody wants to say something.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, my name is Vamsi.
Vamsi, yeah, tell me.
Sir, మనం ఏ పాత్ కరెక్ట్ ఏ పాత్ రాంగ్ అని చెప్పి ఎలా డిసైడ్ అవ్వాలి? ఐ మీన్ ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎంఎస్కి వెళ్ళాలనుకుంటున్నాను, అదే పని సేమ్ వే నేను బిజినెస్ కూడా చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను. ఏది డిసైడ్ చేసుకోవాలో అర్థం కావట్లేదు. సో ఇన్ దిస్ టైమ్ వాట్ ఐ హావ్ టు డిసైడ్?
Okay.
Situation.
Good. Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, Vamshi, that is actually one of the very common questions people have, because manki career guidance anedi that's exactly what I'm trying to say. The career guidance process it has to be part of our school education system. ఎందుకంటే 8th class లో ఉన్న వాడికి తెలియాలి where I'm good at it. For example, if I want to become a Telugu teacher, because I'm so passionate about speaking Telugu, I want to become a Telugu teacher. Why should I score 10 out of 10 in mathematics? I don't have to, right? But see, that's the whole system is. There are not enough people encouraging your interest. So coming back to your question, what I suggest is, try to do your SWOT analysis, because I think right now you want to have a decision-making situation. So you try to balance your thing. You have some time. So what you want to do is detailed way about it. Suppose you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to become on your own, or other side is you want to spend 2 to 3 years to do a master's. So first of all, evaluate your financial condition, because that is something that you have to be aware of it, because you have to respect your parents' situation. So as long as your financial situation permits, I strongly recommend that you should pursue your education, because that is how you explore things. That is how you tend to meet a lot of people like you. So, but some reason, if your financial situations don't entertain, or suppose for example you don't get motivated enough, and then you try to speak to people who are ahead of you in the industry. Suppose you want to go to one specific industry, you go and talk to those people first and see how they struggled, where they came from, and who failed, who succeeded. So you have to do some homework. You have to do some groundwork before you decide it. So what I'm trying to say is, this is not a very easy decision, because end of the day, people like me or anyone can at the most they can share their own experiences, but your life is unique, Vamsi, right?
Okay,
Your
sir.
life is unique. Your strengths are different. Your weaknesses are different. Your passion is different. Because a lot of my friends, there are hundreds of my friends, who are, they're sitting in back United States, and then they were enjoying their life there. But I'm very different. I quit my job. I'm just riding my two-wheeler Honda bike here. I'm just going through all schools, colleges, hostels. I'm trying to share my experiences. I'm trying to tell them what life is all about, because this is what I love. And if I ask somebody that should I go back to America and pursue my job, everybody will say yeah, go back to my country and earn some money. But should I listen to them? No, my heart won't listen to it. So what I'm trying to say is, balance. You have to balance your strengths, weaknesses. First of all, you do all your research, but once you are convinced that once your heart says yes, this is exactly what I want, then just go for it. Okay. But before that, you do all required homework. You study everything, and then you spend time. You meet people around. You talk to people. But end of the day, you take your own decision, because any point of the day, and any point of the day in your life, you should not regret your life. Oh, ela enduku chesanu? Why did I do that? Anek situation raakudadu. You fail, that's okay. You can fail, you learn, because that is something that you don't have in system. Because a lot of people say, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. But I tell them, no, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. కొన్నిసార్లు గెలుస్తాం, కొన్నిసార్లు నేర్చుకుంటాం. The person never fails, because there is always tomorrow to try it out. A person never fails, because there is always tomorrow to give it a second try. So sometimes I win, sometimes I learn. Nobody fails. So this is something that you have to get used to it. So be a right attitude, have right attitude, be strong on your thoughts, evaluate all the options, meet a lot of people around, do all groundwork, and one day take a decision and just be with it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, sure, most welcome.
Any more questions? If you have any more questions, please raise your hand so that I can unmute you. Anyone, any more questions? So maybe there are no more questions, sir.
Sure, that's fine. And once again,
Yes, sir.
you guys can pass on my number to the students, sir, and they're most welcome to contact me in point of time. So I'll be more than happy to talk to them offline also.
Yes, sir. Our CEO sir is there, sir. Now I request our CEO sir to speak a few words. Sir. Sir. No, maybe a sir is not available, I think. Sir,
Okay.
sir. Hello, sir. Principal.
Thank you, Suprasad Garu.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you.
So today we are giving a wonderful lecture, and in future also we are going to meet once again.
Sure, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your valuable suggestions.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. Thank you
meet
all.
in the college. After the college opens, we'll meet there.
Sure.
All the students in the college, if possible for you.
Yeah, I would love to be physically there and interact with the students. I would love to do that.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you again. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye, sir. Bye.